SmackDown is in Philadelphia once again, the final stop in Philly, in the Wells Fargo Center for the fourth night in a row. This crowd was dead last night for Raw. I'm sure they're going to be even worse now for SmackDown. So the show opens up with Nakamura come and go. This show is not going to do a good rating. They're going head-to-head with Donald Trump's State of the Union. I'm sure Donald Trump's going to be far more entertaining than about 80% of the guys on the show. So, yeah, for once, I think Vince is afraid of Trump. So he's cutting actually not a bad promo. It's scripted, but he's going to have to cut promos if he's going to be a top guy. It is what it is. Nakamura says knee to the face to Sami Zayn, to John Cena, then to Roman Reigns, which of course fans booed whenever Reigns is mentioned. Then he says he's going to knee AJ in the face at WrestleMania and become new champ. Now Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn interrupt him. AJ Styles came out and interrupted him, and they went back and forth. And AJ and Nakamura challenged Owens and Zayn to a match. Owens and Zayn, the fans started chanting "Yup," and they went "Nope." So I guess I have a feeling this is just a conspiracy theory. I have a feeling WWE is trying to get the fans to stop chanting "Yes" and "No." Start chanting "Yup" and "Nope" to hurt Daniel Bryan, since Daniel Bryan has that yes chant. I think they want to replace it and go with to give its own Zayn just to hurt Daniel Bryan when he leaves in like September or whatever. That's just a conspiracy of mine. They announced a Fatal 4-Way match. It's kind of weird. You have Braun Strowman. I'm thinking about the mixed match challenge of Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss against Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch. I think that's why maybe Sami might not be wrestling tonight. You have a Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match for the U.S. title. They don't say when. I don't know if it's at the Fastlane show or when, but you have Kofi Kingston, you have Rusev, you have Jinder Mahal, and you have, you guessed it, he's in this fucking match for whatever reason. He's employed, for whatever reason, this guy is still employed, Zack Ryder. So you have Daniel Bryan backstage with Kevin and Sami right before the match starts, and it's funny, all four guys are in the ring, and they go to the back, okay. And they want the match off. They don't want to face a tag match. Daniel Bryan makes a match, and they ask him not to. And then he instead makes a match, a main event for next week on SmackDown, a number one contenders match to face AJ at Fastlane. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wrestle, so I think they're going to start to break up. I hate it, man. I wish they'd keep them together for like a while. I don't want to see these two wrestle. I'm afraid it's probably going to be Owens and Zayn at WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I think they're going to get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and I don't want that. I'd rather just see them as a tag team and win the SmackDown tag belt or something. I don't need to see these guys wrestle for the 1,000th time. I think I've seen them wrestle in ROH and the Indies, freaking Ladder Wars, to NXT, to WWE. Stop. I don't want to see them wrestle anymore. So they gave Rusev the win, gets a huge pop. Everyone loves Rusev. It's interesting. I think Bobby Roode is kind of acting like a heel. I think he's better as a heel. I think if they wrestle, Rusev's getting cheered and Bobby Roode's probably getting booed. So if I was WWE, I would make the turn for Roode. I'd make Bobby Roode a heel and Rusev's the face because he's going to get cheered. And that's your U.S. title program for Fastlane, or I don't know. They didn't say when the match is, but that's their next program. I think Rusev should get the belt. He'd get massively over. The next segment's backstage after the Rusev victory. You see, man, this is going nowhere. You see the Ascension with the Fashion Police, and they're interrupted by, you guessed it, Benjamin and Gable. They say, you can't beat us, and to the Fashion Police. I think Fashion Police are going to win, and Gable and Benjamin are breaking up, unfortunately. And holy fuck, the Usos are in the ring. They cut one of the best promos of the year. They're going off saying they're the best tag team. One thing I don't get is, why are the Usos black? They're Samoan, but I guess, I don't know. I get the feeling if that was two white guys acting like that, talking the way they talk, they'd be called racist, but I guess Samoan, you're black. But for whatever reason, they get to be black. Anyway, they're just awesome. They cut a great promo. They're using the Uso Penitentiary now. Whenever they say lock them up, you hear a fake cage because they're locking them up in the Usos Penitentiary. Just an amazing promo by them. And Jey Uso went off near the end saying, "Every struggle is my struggle. Your struggle is my struggle." He's almost getting choked up. And he's obviously, you get the thing. He's subliminally referencing his DUI. There you go. Arrested in Gainesville, Florida, or Georgia. I'm not sure. A few weeks ago. So That was good. And then they're interrupted, lights going out, and you hear this thing. I'm thinking, oh shit, it's the Authors of Pain. It's Harper and Rowan. But that was really cool. I'm happy Harper and Rowan won. I'd like to see them face the Usos for the tag titles. I was thinking it's the Authors of Pain. Then, it's Harper and Rowan. I just got the music mixed up. You know, Authors, Sanity, and Harper and Rowan all have like similar kinds of music. I don't know. So they go to Daniel Bryan. He announces this top 10 ranking. When I first heard this was announced on social media earlier. I thought this was a cool idea. It's just innovative. It's kind of a ranking system. UFC does this. They do a ranking system with the fighters, even though they don't follow it 90% of the time. They do it this system. I think this would be a kind of a cool system for WWE to do, but then it's just like it's voting and it's locker room leadership. That sucks. Then they go to Shane McMahon backstage. He's talking to Ty Dillinger about being jumped at the Royal Rumble, and he understands why he's mad. And Corbin comes, acts like a bully, and Shane makes the match, and no one cares to see that match at all. And before I was talking, I forgot to mention when the Usos face the Bludgeon Brothers squash some local jobbers. I think that'd be a great tag match if that's what they do next. So Charlotte Flair comes out, and she talks about the match, and she talks about the Women's Royal Rumble, and she talks about being in the ring with Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and then being interrupted by Ronda Rousey, and how Ronda broke the internet. She's talking about Ronda. I think Charlotte and Ronda is going to happen for sure, but not at WrestleMania. I think it's like Ronda and Stephanie, but maybe SummerSlam or another show. But I think Ronda and Charlotte's a lock, and I think Ronda and Asuka is a lock. I don't care to see, I think those are, and along with Stephanie, those are what she's doing, who she's going to face. So Charlotte's doing a good promo, actually, and she's jumped, interrupted by the Riott Squad, and Charlotte roops her jack, and I have to say, Charlotte looked gorgeous here tonight. Her tits are great. She looked incredible tonight, I thought. Anyway, Riott Squad beats the crap out of her. They destroy everything themselves. Carmella, it's Philly. Carmella's coming out. And they milked it. They took a while, and Carmella comes out. She's wearing her amazing ring attire. It's not the the one piece suit, the one piece attire, but it's a great attire anyway. She teases she's gonna cash in, and she doesn't. Sure, she accidentally kicks referee out of the ring, and that match is off. But she's gonna keep teasing it. Maybe I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna end up more like Corbin, because I don't think they're gonna take the belt off Charlotte right now. And they were having the Riott Squad cut a promo before that, and Rubio Riot's fucking horrible on that mic. But, I'd like to hear more from Liv, but just don't let Sarah Logan talk. But, I don't know. I think Liv Morgan could be a star. So you have AJ Styles and Nakamura backstage, and Nakamura tells AJ he can beat him at, he's going to beat him at WrestleMania, and AJ looks confused. I don't know, made AJ look like a goofball. Saying, what? He's saying he's going to beat you at WrestleMania. He challenged you to a match. It made AJ look stupid. I didn't like that backstage segment at all. Just, I don't know. They show Renee Young backstage with Carmella, and the way they're portraying Carmella is like she's not going to win. She'd be a joke champion, and I like Carmella. I know at first I didn't like her too much, but she's grown on me. I've really started to enjoy her, but you can't put the belt on her in this season right now. Ronda Rousey's there. You need a legitimate champion. Carmella is not a legitimate champion. Charlotte has to be the champion. Maybe... she won the briefcase in June, so it's good for a year. Maybe they have her extend the briefcase and hold it on past WrestleMania. You never know. Now it's time for the piss break of the show. Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin. Two guys who have been booked like losers. And I like Dillinger, but man, they've booked him like a loser, and I don't want to talk about Corbin. Corbin wins cleanly. Yeah, there's nothing for Dillinger anymore. So they're hyping up. They show segments throughout the show. During video packages of Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch getting ready for their mixed match challenge against Braun and Alexa. They're really hyping that up. And also would like to take this moment to wish Becky Lynch a happy birthday. It's her birthday today, and happy birthday to the birthday girl, Becky Lynch. And I think after that they're showing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens backstage, and Sami, he's wrestling twice. He's at double duty tonight. At least he got to team with Becky. That's great. But he's also teaming with Kevin Owens and taking on AJ and Nakamura in the main event. And they're teasing tension between the two. Like the two are going to split, and I don't want to see it, but it's going to happen. It'll be a great match if they face at WrestleMania, but it's like, no, man. Enough's enough. I don't want to see that anymore. So it's going to be Benjamin Gable against Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Sorry, I stopped watching SmackDown for a bit. I watched the main event. I'm just watching Trump. And this guy, I mean, Americans, you guys are so lucky to have this as your president. I would do anything to have Donald Trump as my president. And sorry for the political talk. I know a lot of you hate Trump. I just think the guy is incredible. And you guys have it great having him as your leader. Anyway, also, there's a MAGA sign in the crowd. So hell yeah to who's ever brought that. Whoever brought that sign, I'd buy you a beer if I was at the show in Philly. And also, I'll get to Philly at the end of the video. I saw Aiden English wearing a dog mask to support the Eagles. I guess they're underdogs. So Benjamin and Gable get the win, actually. I thought they were going to split them up. Main event's up next. Thankfully, this long weekend of wrestling's over. I'm sick of these weekends. This Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, and WrestleMania weekend's just nuts. I'm okay with WrestleMania having that because it's WrestleMania weekend. It's just crazy the amount of stuff they do these 4 days in a row in one city, and the city's exhausted. But hopefully the city, and by the end of Sunday night, they're really happy. I really hope they are. Before the match starts, they show the new New Orleans promo for WrestleMania, 68 days. I like the promo a lot. It's better than last year's Ultimate Throw Ride bullshit. I like the whole New Orleans thing. They didn't do it too much at WrestleMania 30 because they kind of had to celebrate WrestleMania 3, but now the theme is fully New Orleans, which I think is really cool. So during this match, Sami Zayn teases walking out. He walks out the first time. He comes back, walks out the second time, and Owens is yelling at him. And Nakamura hits Kevin Owens with a Kinshasa, so Nakamura and AJ Styles win. They're clearly teasing the heel that they're going to split. And after the match, Sami Zayn was interviewed by Renee Young in the back, and he's saying, it's business. And he's going to beat Kevin Owens next week. I'd be interesting if they do the split. I don't want them to. I just wish they'd just be a tag team. They could be tag champs or something. But it'd be interesting to see Kevin Owens as the face, Sami Zayn as the heel. Interesting dynamic. But I'm sick of these two wrestling. I want them as a team. I like them as a team. Anyway, that's how SmackDown ends. So that'll be it for Philadelphia. Philadelphia is done with WWE. The Royal Rumble season weekend is over. WWE, that's it, Philly and Philadelphia. I am rooting for you in the Super Bowl. Go Eagles. I hope you guys win. Fly, Eagles, fly.